Using the smart real estate investment analysis is super easy to use. All you have to do is come here, create a new project, enter your details, and you're in here. Put in the property details, add stamp duty, add capital raise, add capital improvements that you need to do to the project. Specify your finance options, specify your various income options. For example, you could be receiving income from a vending machine or a laundromat that's already at the property. You can add those details here. Expenses, you can add unlimited line items for expenses. Not just that, you can escalate each expense separately, either a blanket escalation that just escalates everything at a certain rate every year, or you can do an annual escalation and have a different rate for each year as you go on, or you can manually enter values for each of the years for any of the expense items. When we go into other, you can allow for capital improvements for the property. You can also add a depreciation schedule from your accountant or a quantity surveyor that you would have received. You can depreciate capital improvements separately, and you can amortize the closing costs. You can add amortization and closing costs to it, and you can also account for any interest earned on that property during the tenure. You can select the sale value towards the end. And there are three ways you can do that. You can enter a sale value manually. That, let's say if you're doing a 10-year analysis, 50-year analysis, or 100-year analysis, it doesn't matter because it's all dynamic. You can enter the value for the end sale value manually, or you have to select one of the either a capital growth rate. So if you know an area that historically has a 5% capital growth rate and has shown that for the last 10-15 years, in some places that is the method they use, and in other places they use the NOI cap method, which is the net operating income and cap rate. You can go with any of these three methods to figure out a reversion value or the sale value at the end of your holding period. And voila, summary is here. You've got the full summary. You've got all your cash flows. You can expand the cash flows. Everything that you see here that you can do on a desktop, you can do on any desktop, Windows or Mac. You can do that on a mobile phone as well. And the only thing that you can't do on a mobile is basically look at the full cash flow, which does require you to have a bigger screen to be able to see and scroll left or right or up and down and see what it actually looks like if you were to see the cash flow. Second thing, you can easily share it with anybody you want. You can press the share button and it will publish that for you that you can then send a link to. Now that link is only available to people you share it with. If you don't share it with anybody, those people just can't see it. And the search engines cannot really index it. So smart real estate investment analysis, or smart RIA in short, is very, very useful, very easy. It's a pocket tool. It should be in your pocket if you are in investment, if you're looking at properties for acquisition and so on. And most properties get advertised that they've got 8% yield, and it turns out it's actually 8% gross yield. But by the time you add all the things to it, and half the things are missing what your agent will tell you, you'll see that the actual net yield is not as great. So use this tool. We've got tons of videos, and if you come across a scenario and you can't handle it, post that in Edge and we will jump in and help you out with it. I hope you enjoy this tool.